guys, welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Next video, we're going to take a look at another figure from the Black Series Star Wars 40th Anniversary line, which is part of the 6-inch line, and this time we'll be looking at Chewbacca. Now, before we look at this one, we'll take a look at the packaging this one comes in. As you can see, it's just like the rest of the remainder card backs. You've got the vintage, old image of Chewbacca on the side there, with, of course, his name, and the sort of bigger style card back that most of these have. And on the back you have the full lineup of other figures available, along with the Legacy Pack stand, which, as I've stated before, is now complete for me. I've got all 12 of the characters on there, well, except that version of Leia. The version of Leia I've actually got is not that version, but actually the Black Series variant, but I'm going to put Leia on if I find it, if I find the other one. Yeah, packaging's all pretty much the same. You have that classic image of Chewbacca, which is actually one of my favourite pictures. As Chewbacca, and I like the full lineup picture here where there's Han beside him, where they're both shooting at the stormtroopers, which is actually an image that's not actually featured in the film, unfortunately, because you see it on all the promotional material, but it's not actually in, because the weapon Chewie is holding here he never actually wields in the film, unfortunately. But then again, nonetheless, it's still an awesome figure to have. I've just knocked part of it off there. I'll just reattach it. There we go. So yeah, there we go, we have full rundown of Chewie. This is a repack of the Chewbacca from the original, not from the original Black Series line. It's from the Black Series, I think, back in 2015, when they had the blue line on them. So it's pre-Force Awakens time. But yeah, so it's good to see him come back to being released as part of this 40th anniversary line. And I will leave you a link down in the description to Star Action Figures where you can buy this, where at the time of filming this review the figure is unfortunately sold out, but there may be some more on the way, I'm not too sure. But if so, I could just put on the original ones, because I really think that some are selling the original one on Amazon. I think some are doing it at a good price, some are just ripping you off a little bit, but yeah, it's Chewbacca. I'll give you another articulation now. You get sort of a ball jointed head, but it's very limited due to his hair. Ball hinged shoulders and elbows. Ball hinged wrists. Yeah, ball hinged wrists, but again they are limited by his fur. Ball hinged torso made across there, because older Chewie figures kind of did it in a 3-part thing, but this one solely restricts it to the lower part. You can see from this part here, and his weapon bag is sliding off. Ball hinged hips, swivels at the thighs. This is the first one of the few that's actually just gone for the ball hinged look on the knees. There's no double joints at all whatsoever. It's all just ball hinged. But you also get a double joint at the ankle, though it is again very restricted. So yeah, it's one of the few. It's one of the few good things and bad things of this. But really, I got this to complete that collection of mine on the 40th anniversary look. Of course, with Chewie you get his bowcaster that he's known for wielding throughout the rest of the original trilogy, like on Endor, and inside the asteroid he wields it as well. So yeah, it's a good inclusion to have that on there. And you also get his carry-on bag which is easy removable, because if you remember when he's on the Falcon, he actually takes it off, and you can actually just have Chewie without the bag right here. And of course the front of his bowcaster can actually come off. It's like a removable piece. But if I just reattach it, there you go, Chewbacca, the best Wookiee in the whole of Star Wars, one of the best characters in the whole of Star Wars. And what looks like, but he's probably like one of the, this is just my prediction, by the way, but I think he's going to be like the last of the original trilogy characters to die in the new trilogy. That's just my thoughts on it, because yeah, well, of course C-3PO and R2, but I'm talking about like characters that could actually die. Like I have a feeling Chewie will definitely be alive at the end of episode 9, because I can't believe we probably yet to imagine what would happen if Chewie was to die again, because if you remember, he died in Legends 21 years after the Battle of Endor. He died saving Anakin Solo's life. Of course, that's all been retconned, and Chewie is now alive and well 10 years after the year he would have died. So that's good news for Star Wars fans. So yeah, so Chewbacca, possibly one of the Not one of the best figures out the 40th anniversary line, but it is definitely not one of the worst. It was one of the, one of the very high, or I think high average one. Like, it's not absolutely awesome because they could have given him like the double joints at the knees, the articulation, but or given him like the second gun, because in episode 4 he does wield one of those stormtrooper blasters that they kind of, well, Han and Luke kind of steal one from the rack, so that they can, like, Han carries it around, and then when they're in detention block A23, Han gives it to Chewie so they can all fight. But yeah, but again, if you find this figure, you haven't already got it, you didn't get his original version, do pick this one up, because it's worth having in a collection, especially if you've got Han Solo, like any version of Han, like even if it's the Force Awakens version of Han Solo, because there is a Force Awakens variant of Chewbacca out as well, but the difference in that one is he has his mouth closed, whereas this one he's got his mouth open and he's ready to growl, as he does in the film. And again, he is quite tall in comparison to other figures out of the Black Series. If you look at the size of the packaging, compared to, if I just grab, I'll go Kylo here, from this one here. If you look at his size comparison compared to Kylo Ren, you can see how the kind of, his height's kind of made it more worth your money when you're buying the figure, because there's a few less accessories than you usually get. You just got the main bowcaster in the bag. The added height to the character kind of makes it more worth your money, and you've made this purchase, and it does kind of make up for the reduction of articulation on the legs. So yeah, like I said again, there'll be a link down in the description below to buy this Chewbacca figure, but don't get your hopes up if you haven't already got it, because chances are you probably won't be able to, because they've apparently cancelled the 40th anniversary in the UK, though I don't think that's official. I'm confused about this. I'm probably just as confused about this as the next collector is, but hey, it doesn't really matter to me, I've completed it. So, but yeah, if you do find this figure and you want to get it, do get him, because he's a nice addition to your collection. Even if you aren't collecting the full 40th anniversary line, you'll enjoy having him. So yeah, I hope you enjoy looking at Chewbacca. I'll be back next time with another figure review for you to see. So until then, do like this video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment if you wanted to, and of course subscribe so you can see more reviews. And do follow me on my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. All those links will be right down there in the description below for you to follow. See you next time, guys.